Hi, it's Penny Black and Jill Foster here for video number 2, look with a closer look at our newest collection called Secret Garden. And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at all of our new creative die cuts. And before we go any further, I wanted to mention we do have a giveaway going along with this release for a $50 shopping spree to our online store. So be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below for a chance to win. And if you're already a subscriber, just leave a comment and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Now, all of these new products are available in our online store. I apologize, the search function is not working the best, but if you click on New on the left-hand sidebar, that will bring you to be able to find all of these new products. And let's go ahead and get started at looking at the new dies. So the first set of dies I'm going to show you are what I would call kind of scene building dies. They're really great if you like to create scenic looks on your cards, either with critters or more elegant cards. So the first one here is 51-621 bench, and I've tried with most of these to go ahead and cut them out for you so you can get a really good look at what they actually look like once they are cut. I know it can be difficult to tell with the packaging. This is a wonderful size. It has some great detailing along the top and the bottom, and it's just fabulous. And I'll show you some cards with all of these in just a minute. The next sort of scene building type creative die is 51-607 ladder. This is so fun. You can do it sort of with a garden theme and pots lined up on there, or you could have critters climbing up there, peeking out around it. So you could do a really fun scene with that. Now we have 51-635 buckets of flowers. This die set I found, it's small and intricate, but it is so useful. I have used it on so many different cards with this collection, and I see myself using it a lot in the future, even if it's just for a few little grass blades here and there, one pot of flowers off to the side, or you'll see I put a couple of them with the bench, one up on the bench and one below. You get a lot of different little elements. They are so cute, and because they're small, I like to just cut a whole bunch from white cardstock and keep them in the envelope with the die, and then when I need them, I just pull them out in color with a marker, and so they match whatever project I'm working on, and they're just ready to go. And you can see you can do lots of different arrangements with those pots. You can even stack them up on that ladder that I had just shown you, and I will show you a card coming up where I've used this set with that ladder as well. So let me slide these out of the way and grab the next one. Now for scene building, this next die is super great. This is 51-630 Rolling Hills. And what it does is it cuts this piece. So there's the die, and this is what it cuts. And it has all these slits in here so that you can slide any type of flower or critter or the bench or whatever you're creating your scene with into those slits and create some extra dimension with that scene, and only need to really cut one instead of multiple sort of hillsides to combine together. I've also used it up in the sky as clouds too, and you'll see that on a card coming up. Now for scene building, another one that's very handy is 51-623 Pretty Picket. It combines well with these other ones too. You can combine it with the rolling hills. You can do lots of different things with this, and I like that it's just very basic. You could put flowers across there, you could keep it elegant, or you could go very cutesy with different critters in front of and behind that picket fence. Next, this is one of my top favorites of this collection. This is 51-608 sign. So you get 3 different sizes of sign and 2 different sort of wooden posts for the sign. And I'll show you what this looks like cut out. So here are the different sizes, and then the different posts here, and these are fantastic for adding to a scene. You could have a critter holding it or popping out from behind it, and it also makes the perfect place to add your sentiment. You've got great details on the post element and also along the edges of the signs. And there's one even really tiny little sign and post here, and you'll see on a card that I make where I actually put it into kind of the bouquet of flowers, like it's the little card that comes with the flowers. So really versatile set here that you can use in so many different ways. Again, I like to have a lot of them cut and in my envelope just ready to go onto cards. Now for scene building, we also have this set called 51-618 Swinging, and this you can do an elegant scene just all by itself. Look at that branch and the swing hanging down. You can add these extra little flowers and leaves up at the top or down at the bottom. You could do just that, which is what I've done on my card, but you could also use this to add a critter or a character right on that swing. So again, very versatile. If you like to build scenes, create a nice springtime look, this is great. You could use it with the rolling hills or the potted plants. So here's a look at some cards using these sort of scene building dies. You can see the bench here and the potted plants. Here's that same bench, and this time I've put a little critter on top. Just a great way to get more out of your dies and your stamps. Here's another one with the ladder, and again those potted plants I've combined. The potted plants again, and we'll be seeing a closer look at that bigger flower here in just a minute. This is that rolling hills, and you can see where you can tuck in your elements. It's really great with stamps with exact match dies. This has again that rolling hills up at the top as sort of a cloud element and the picket fence down at the bottom. And here I've used the sign to tuck into these little flowers for the with love sentiment. And here is that swinging creative die set just to create a really elegant happy scene. So now here are some more standalone dies. These are just beautiful and very unique. The first one we're going to look at is 51-633 Layered Leaves. This is so unique, very gorgeous. I wanted to give you a look at the size here. This is on that A2 sized card, so it fits right across the entire border, or you can turn it off to the side. You could back this with patterned papers, layer it tone on tone, use just part of it along the edge of your card for sort of a textural look. Next, as promised, I told you I'd give you a look at that larger flower. This is 51-610 Hydrangea. These are all the pieces that come with this die set, and once they are cut, they're going to look like this. So you get the stem, and you're going to get the two parts for the top of the flower. They layer perfectly on top of each other, and you could cut them from different colors of cardstock so you can get that great dimension. And then this other little piece, you can use this as a little butterfly, or you can use it as a petal. So you could add it as extra, cut several and add them as extra petals on top of that solid piece if you really wanted something extra dimensional. Just slide these out of the way here. And this next set is a sentiment set. This is 51-612 Celebrate and Enjoy. And just give you a look at these once they're cut. I love the beauty of this font, but it also has sort of a touch of playfulness and great size. So here you can see on the A2 size card, you can use the Celebrate both ways, and of course the Enjoy can be used in multiple ways. And again, we'll have some cards for you in just a second showing you how I've used all of these dies as well. This next one is 51-628 Rustic Borders. I think this is like one of those dies that you might not think much of as at first, but once you start using it, it's kind of addicting. It gives that sort of farmhouse country vibe to your cards. You can use it in a lot of different ways, and even when a card just needs a little something extra, this is great as a border along the bottom or the side, or you could do it on both sides, or on the top and the bottom, or just right like that. And you get both sizes. You can layer them up together. It's really a lot of options with this one. Now in a completely different style here, this next die set is 51-609 Balloons, and you get these great big happy big balloons, but not just that. What I love with this is every little detail is thought of. You also get the piece that cuts a bow that can go on there. You get the little pieces that add the little highlight to the balloons. So you could cut these from solid cardstock and add that highlight on there. And you get the string and a couple of different options for the string. And I think that makes them so much more versatile. And you can see there how big and bold they are for size on that standard size card. Next up is 51-596 Bird and Branch. Now, this is great for springtime or really any time. You could use it for a birthday card or kids cards or new baby. Also, I think would be really great for Easter. So if you want to get a jump start on those cards, this would make for some really whimsical pieces. So you get the big branch, the bird, the heart, and the pieces that make its face, as well as some flowers that you can use to decorate your branch. So here are all those pieces cut out, and then I have one bird here that I have kind of colored and added his little face to so you can get a better look at what he looks like. You can position that heart so it looks like he's holding that heart. I just think he's so cute. I love his little face. You could do him in multiple colors. You could put a pair of them together and put like a little bow up in one of the bird's hair and do an anniversary card. So lots of different ways. So here's a look at cards using all of these dies I just showed you. This has the layered leaves cut from gold cardstock, and then I just backed a few little pieces of that with some colored cardstock for extra interest. And here are the layered leaves just as a very subtle element on the background of this card. This is the hydrangea flower. You can see how beautiful that is when you get it layered up with the different colors for the solid piece and the piece that has the cutouts. You can use it on its own or combine it with other stamps. Here is the Celebrate die cut word, and then also the Enjoy die cut word. And then we have a look at those rustic borders. So again, you can see how much that adds to this card. I layered two here just slightly offset, and here I did kind of a tone-on-tone look just to finish this off and give it a finished look. Next up are the balloon set. You can see how happy and fun those great big balloons are. And here I've even used one with this cute teddy bear. And then finally, the bird and branch set is used here on a friendship card. So there's one more grouping of our brand new dies to take a look at. These are extra versatile. These are our frame dies, and you can use these all year round for any style of card. So the first one here is 51-624 branch frames. And this is what the dies look like, and of course I'll show you what they look like once they are cut out. And I just think these are so unique. You can use them for springtime. I also think they would be great for winter, for rustic winter cards. You can layer them together to give them more of a spring look. We have included these die cut leaves that you can color and add to the branches just for an extra springtime look. You can also cut them multiple times and rotate them and glue them together to create even more dimension and more of a substantial look if you want less of a delicate look to the branch frame. This next set of frames is 51-622 framed. This is another one you'll see coming up here. I used it on a ton of cards. And again, it can be used all the time, all year round. Comes like this. You're going to get two square frames and one circular frame, and also a little piece that looks like how you hang it up. And once they're cut, this is how they look. They are just simple but versatile. Here is the larger one and the circular one, as well as there's the little piece if you want it to look like it's really a hanging frame like up on a wall. You can add that. This would also be great for scene building if you wanted to create sort of an indoor scene with this in the background. And the negative portion is also very fun to use. So just wanted to show you that not only can you use them like this, but you can use whatever's left over after you cut to create a like a large frame. You can layer them up like this, put more than one together. Really, you can do a lot of things with these. And I'll show you lots of cards with them here too coming up. Next up is 51-613 Simple Stackers. I find these to be the type of dies that I reach for again and again, and I like that. I feel like I really get a good use out of them. You can take them apart and you get lots of different sizes. So this is what it looks like once it is cut. I love that this is not too distracting and it can be used for cute or elegant type of cards. So you aren't tied into a certain type of look. This is layered, the largest one, onto a standard size card, so you can see how that largest piece cuts. Now, if you want to create just more of a outline frame with nothing in the middle, you can run any two of these together in your die cutting machine and it will give you a frame like this. So any of those, just put them together, hold them with some washi tape and run them through your die cutting machine and you will get a frame like that. And here is the smallest one, which I think is great for adding a sentiment. You could add ribbon or twine through these ends and use that to attach it to the card. Just grab this bundle here and slide it over and we have one more die to look at now, or actually a couple more. This is 51-620 Classic Stackers. Oh, I love this set. It's really elegant, really different. You're going to get these, all of these sizes, and then you also get this little leaf here as an extra little bonus piece in there. And wait till you see what this looks like once it is cut. Isn't that beautiful? I love the cut out edges and the area at the top and bottom and those curves. Here's how the largest one fits on a standardized card, but you get all of the different sizes, and let me just show you these here. And then again, also that leaf. And one other thing I really like about these, as with a lot of dies, the negative piece that's left over once you cut is also very beautiful. So you could definitely use these pieces on your cards as well, or you could inlay the other pieces inside. Now this last one is not a frame, but I included it here because I think it is just so versatile. This is 51-611 Creative Curves. Now here I've done it with some dark pink on light pink. Here's what it looks like for sizing, but you could layer lots of different elements on this. You could use it in the background, just white on white, for an extra texture to your card. So let's take a look at these dies in action. This is the branch frames. You can see I've layered multiple ones behind and also one cut in gold, just to give this very clean and simple card that extra something. Here I've combined the hydrangea as well with that branch frame and those leaves to give it that great springtime look. Here is the framed set. I've cut a couple from gold cardstock and tilted them and turned them and layered them together. I really like how that turned out. This is also that circular element from the framed set. You can see perfect place to add some little critters, or here I've used it tone on tone in white just behind my sentiment to give this nearly one layer card a little pop. Again, this is from the framed set and I tucked in a few flowers into those open areas. Next, this is the Simple Stackers. You can see this used along the background of this card as well as this one. On the white on white, I think it really adds the finishing touch to the clean and simple cards. Here you can see where I've cut out the inner portion so you just have a frame element. Now this is the Classic Stackers and some inking behind. Here I've actually inked the piece and added a sort of a hand trim tail over the top and done some die cutting on gold cardstock. Just lots of versatility and different looks you can get with that one. And finally, this is the Creative Curves. You can see the white on white there and the white on some colored cardstock for a different look. So I thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, it is number 2 out of 3, and I will have all 3 linked down in the YouTube description box below. All these new products are available in our online store. That will also be linked below, along with all of the different ways you can connect with Penny Black, including Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, as well as our website and blog. Again, all linked below. Thanks for watching, and happy stamping and die cutting.